Okay, widow sister, if you have been feeling stuck in grief and in your pain, if you are feeling like you are trapped, overwhelmed, that the burden is too heavy, if you have thought or said the words, I can't do this anymore, if you hate the fact that you feel so completely alone and isolated in widowhood, if it is all just too much for you and you don't know how to make a change and you feel like you're trapped in a life that you hate now, I have some really good news for you today because we are going to make some shifts and it's within your power to change it. I first want to start just by sharing that I get it, okay? In my own season of widowhood, I was in so much fear and lack that I felt trapped and stuck, and I did not make changes to come to a different place, which is really what we're going to focus on, is that healing is a priority, and we can make changes through proven tools and methods. But at the time, I didn't know this. It was just so new and fresh. I remember being an early widow. In the summertime, my husband had passed away by suicide, and his identity was immediately stolen. And I remember sitting for hours at the police station with all of this mail and these transactions and things that people had done to steal in his name and try to open up accounts and get money. And I was in grief wearing one of his shirts, and I had our rings around my neck, and I was like 100 pounds, which was like way too thin. I was dehydrated. I hadn't eaten anything. And I remember this summer day having to run these errands of all of the things you have to do when they pass away and going to the police station. And I pulled into a smoothie shop because I was so thirsty and I wanted a smoothie. And you know what came to mind and where my frame of mind was? I thought, Rachel, you can't do this. You can't afford this anymore. Like, you just have financially lost everything. And what you have now that's a cushion is going to slowly be piddled away, and you have nothing. And I was in so much fear of, I can't even invest in myself, that I remember crying in the car in the heat of the summer and driving away from the smoothie shop. And I have so much compassion for that version of me and that early widowed version of me, because the I can'ts and the fear and these lie-based beliefs and these limiting beliefs of lack would continue to keep me stuck and keep me from what I needed to heal. Because the reality is, you needed a smoothie. Like, you needed a lot more calories and hydration even than that. And I wasn't taking care of myself. I put my kids first, so much to the point of running around for my 4 children that I ran myself into the ground. And I was just convinced that out of my love for them, I was putting them first. But physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, I was withering away in the pain to the point where I became suicidal and attempted. And all of that just shows the point of what I'm getting at today, which is so many widows stay stuck in these areas where it's true that you may not know what to do, and you may have tried a lot of things to help and been willing to do that. I did too. Very limited. Definitely on a budget. Like, I wasn't going to put any more money into it than like a book cost. And there's a lot that you can get out of resources for free, but it also just displays this mindset of, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. And today I'm here to tell you, you cannot afford not to. You can't afford not to prioritize your healing and invest in it, because it is your job. There is nothing of greater priority than that, because I didn't realize it then, but enduring grief and thinking that survival was normal was actually contributing to keeping me stuck. Widows deprioritize healing because it feels selfish or expensive or overwhelming or even impossible. Like, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time. I hear that a lot, and I said it a lot. I can't. We believe that surviving is enough. We're trying to put our kids first, but all of these things are and will spill over onto them. It will impact them, and we might avoid and masquerade it as strength or say, I'll get to it, but we procrastinate and we're showing what we really believe and what we really prioritize, which is these other things, because grief doesn't change with intentions. It's these actions, especially actions that are rooted in evidence-based methods, which do exist, proven supports to help us along the way, because staying unhealed shapes every part of our life, and it will overflow into every facet, into your parenting and into your decisions, into a future romantic relationship if you want one, your career, your entire future is going to be affected. And the good news is it doesn't have to stay this way. There's another way forward. Healing has to be our first priority. There just is no other way around it. It is your job. You have to treat it like your job because it is primary. It is the most important thing in your widowhood. And I know it sucks because you didn't choose this. We didn't want it. And you have to now make this first in your life. But if you do not, you will continue to bleed through these cracks. I've been a nurse for 14 and a half years. And if you do not assess and treat the real wound that's going on, it's going to continue to fester and grow and impact and pour out into all of your body systems. We have to bring the right treatment to these wounds that are affecting the way we live. And so what does it look like to actually make healing our primary work? The first step, again, is deciding that this is a non-negotiable, that what you are putting into your own healing and prioritizing yourself in that way is of the utmost importance. Not treating grief like something that will resolve itself with time. Time can shift things, but time doesn't heal our deep wounds. Time doesn't heal trauma. You don't need more time. If time would heal it and fix it, then you would be feeling differently than you do right now. For some of you, you would be better already if you just needed time. Time doesn't heal. It's the intentional process in that time. It's your intentional investment into your broken heart during that time. It is investing in things that are proven, evidence-based supports, not just going with the easiest access or the first thing in front of you or the cheapest things or the least invasive things. It's really invested in what is proven and shown to work, because there are things in grief that have been researched and proven to help. And so why would we not grab a hold of the things that work? I'm all about that. I've been researching and investing it. I've been through the experience. I've gone from survival and hopeless to thriving and rebuilding a life that I love again. I've pursued those certifications and those trainings so that I can be a blessing to others. There's those of us who have years and years and years under our belts, and we can help guide you along the way. Another part of it is to stop healing alone. We need community. Dr. Kurt Thompson has even done research showing that new neural networks are formed in our brains when we are in a safe, empathetic space with a witness, with other people who are both holding space for the raw and the real, but also on a trajectory, on a forward path of grief into hope. When we find those kinds of people and those connections, allow yourself to be supported by someone who has walked this road. It's like choosing a winning team, because grief is not a sprint. It's like a marathon. It's like a triathlon. And if you were going to do a triathlon and really be set up for success, you would choose a winning team. Choose a mentor, the therapist, the coach, the people around you, the safe grief friends, to intentionally put them around you. You don't have to stay isolated and alone. You have power. You have the empowerment to choose these people and surround yourself with them, so that when you're running this race, you're doing it successfully. Because this version of me who was barely surviving and saying, I can't do this anymore, but then continually live the same painful day over and over, doesn't have to be you. You can learn faster than I did. Allow my time and effort into growth to pass to you in an easier way, because when I chose healing, it changed my capacity, it changed my mothering, it changed my widowhood, it changed my dating, remarriage, my blending family. It changed everything. It gave me hope. It gave me life. It helped me to honor myself and reclaim my future. And so I want to let you know that those supports are out there. The ones that I have delved into in my 7 years, I want to offer to you, because the Lord has diverted my whole life from nursing into this healing work for you, because I love loving on my Christian widow sisters. It's why I have changed paths to support you. And so these are the ways that I can offer you support. First and foremost, I have a Christian widow community that's virtual. And this space isn't just like a Facebook group. It is a place where I am pouring resources and support into with other widows who love Jesus, who are on this forward trajectory into hope. We have weekly calls. This space is called the Hope Stronghold. You just go to hopestronghold.com, and we would love to have you join our membership community. The second one would be one-to-one coaching. That is the most high-touch, personalized way that I can come alongside you and give you one-to-one support in exactly what you need. If you'd like to have a conversation about that, I always have consultations first to make sure it's a good fit both ways. So go to hopespeaker.com/coaching to learn more, and there is a link to set up a call with me. I would love to learn more about you and see if I can help. And the third way is the grief recovery method. The grief recovery method is the only evidence-based grief program on the planet. It is on all continents outside of Antarctica. It is proven through university research to be effective. It has been life-changing for me in what I have experienced and the lightness that I have found through this method and through the work that I continue to use and do for all of the people in my groups. It is profound, and that is an evidence-based method. So if you would like to join one of my grief recovery program groups, you just reach out to me. You can email me at connect@hopespeaker.com. You can message me on social media platforms as well. And I want you to know, through my coaching, I actually can walk through the grief recovery method with you individually, or it can be done in a group setting. But I want you to know there are ways ahead. Sister, it's not hopeless. You don't have to keep doing the Groundhog Day, the same thing, or the grief doesn't have to keep getting worse. You don't have to stay stuck. Your healing is the most important thing. And the great news is you can take hold of these handholds and get to a different place. So let's do it together. I can't wait to connect with you.